Hey guys, here's the gear for today, just like all of August. The Nacet blade, the chiseled face midnight stag, carved Christopher Bradley with a solid bar B plate, 3¼ inch handle. This is the Gladius. The Connaught shaving version of the Omega in Faux Jade 011842. I've used this brush every day this month so far, and even though we're on the 8th or ninth, I have now memorized finally that number code because I've used it so many times. Let's put the blade in. Some of the Omega codes are easy to remember and some are not. That's the same Nacet I've been using, and today it looks like 416 is the number of today's count. Karve does a great job of locking down on the blade, holding it very close to the blade edge so that you get a nice shave. Today I think I'm going to face lather because it's a little bit short of a, is it? Yes, a little bit less than a day of growth. And so let's take advantage of that and not, because I may not need the full like 4 or 5 passes of lather that I normally do. So let's try another face lather. This time, instead of just trying to pick up enough soap to fill the brush with lather, let's do that overload thing that so many guys do and see. It probably will be very frustrating because I'll probably end up having to touch a dry lather on my face, a lot of it on my shirt, because as we add water, then it makes a mess and it drips off my face instead of incorporating with the lather. But hey, let's learn. Oh, one other idea I had was to scoop, and I'll do that sometime too. All right, so we've got my 40 milliliters of water, but I don't think I'll use that this time since I'm doing a face lather. The brush has been soaking now for about 12 minutes as I had some little small things to do first. Oh, and just to show you, as always this month, we have the same matching chiseled face Midnight Stag Splash and EDP colognes. And I think we're good there. Let me just splash on some water, get my beard kind of softening. Now I've learned that even if I shake most of the water out, this knot does retain a good bit of water. And so I don't think I need to come at the soap with an overly wet brush. Some guys take it out of the water and just give it like 1 or 2 shakes and then load up and then they start to face lather. And so then that big amount of water that's in the brush is good because it matches the big amount of soap they just loaded, that sort of thing. But I'm not gonna do that in this case. I think the water is just gonna dump out anyway. I'm gonna do my normal kind of shake out here. I still think there's plenty of water in there to get the job done here. So I think I did maybe a 6-second load the last time I face lathered. It went reasonably well. I was getting a little skimpy quantity of lather toward the third pass, but it did the job. Okay, and the first pass actually felt pretty good, and the second pass was all right. And so let's see, shall we go with maybe 15 seconds? Well, let's try 8 seconds because with a bowl lather, I've consistently been able to get about 6 passes of lather with an 8-second load. All right, let's see what that translates to if we do the same thing in face lather style. So let's see here. Okay, we'll go to the 6-second mark, and then that will be 8 seconds of loading. And there we go. Normally I take that little bit here and I pour it into my lather bowl. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to kind of paint some of this stuff on my face. And see, look, I'm already you know, I'm already dumping water out of the brush. Okay, so then I was able to kind of grab the rest of this here. And I think I did a good thing last time by being very gentle with the brush, not going big splay. See, the water is not dumping out right away. And so we want to get that water to combine with the soap instead of just flowing out of the brush. And we can see the brush here. Look at that lather. It's gradually starting to increase. Now that movement down there, on the bottom, I'm going back and forth like that, kind of shed a little bit of water. So maybe we'll avoid that for now. Trying to let gravity help. Keep the brush pointed down so the water kind of aims toward the soap instead of the handle. Yep, and we're building up more and more. You can kind of rotate it like that. So this may not be really an overload, actually, a test regarding overloading. This is just, you know, we know that this is 6 passes of lather's worth of soap. And so let's just see how the test is just to kind of see how that works. In a face lather scenario. Like, am I gonna wash 4 passes of lather down when I rinse this first pass, you know, that sort of thing? And then be left with just 2 passes? Who knows? We'll see. We're trying to conserve lather, so maybe I'll keep that. And, you know, let's just kind of go with this. I've been working it for a little bit here. So let's just go with that. If I was bowl lathering, I'd go for something a little wetter. I'm trying to avoid that problem where the lather's just kind of flying everywhere and the good stuff is what's leaving my face. All right. Very good. The razor's ready. If you do face lather and you're an overloader, you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because, I mean, there's no rules in shaving pretty much. You use what you want to use and do with it what you want. But if you find that you have certain problems, like maybe irritation, sensitivity to scent strength, dryness, a dry feeling in your face afterwards, then that may those problems could be fixed by a more hydrated lather when you don't overload. All right, let's get a good rinse. You know, since one of the problems of face lathering is making that brush load last, you know, until 3 or 4 passes, I just did a partial, just one sprinkle of water on my face just to get rid of the, you know, loosest stuff and just kind of rehydrate everything. So now we can see what's left on the brush. Looks like there's going to be plenty for this pass. No scritch on this brush. That has long since disappeared. Very nice little guy here. And I feel that that's going to be enough lather for what we need to do in the last pass. So let's hope that that works out that way. Cross grain now. I'm listening to my razor. I'm also watching my skin, watching the lather, because if you don't shave with your angle is wrong and you leave some lather behind as your stroke passes over your skin, then you know that your blade may not have really touched all that well in that certain area. So change your angle and hit it back again. And there we go. All right, feeling wise, pretty good. I don't feel like I've been scraping at a dry, unhydrated surface. So comfort right there is where it should be. And just now I again did just the one splash of water as a very, very partial rinse. And I don't believe I said this after that first rinse. My motivation is to keep a little bit more of the soap on my face, just kind of rehydrate a little bit, rinse the big parts away, so that my that extra resident soap can help my lather. Well, when bowl lathering, I definitely end up with a nicer lather when I get to the third pass, and of course after the third pass, 4 or 5 passes. I do have it run out and have it not be nearly as generous on the third pass, but it's serviceable. And so if you want to skip the bowl, and you don't want to have something else to clean, that sort of thing, then there are some good reasons to face lather. And notice I loaded up 6 passes of lather on my face. And I mean, I might be able to get one more out of, I guess I could probably get one more out of that, but it really kind of gave me 3 passes of lather, 3.5, maybe 4, if that. So yeah, a lot of it is, you don't get as many passes if you face lather. But in many cases, guys have multiple tubs of soap going on, and they don't mind not getting, every little ounce of soap being managed properly, Most guys are okay with overloading because they've got soap they want to use up anyway, they got too much. There's all kinds of great ones to buy out there. I mean, really, there really are so many great choices. Almost makes you want to start shaving your legs or something. All right, very comfy. Oh, now see, there's the difference. With this lather, I've got an instant slowness and drag when I do that. With my bowl lather, at this particular time, after I would finish a pass, my face was much more hydrated. It felt more buttery smooth, where there's a lot more drag here because it's just not as wet. Definitely more drag. So in this scenario, when you're using a lather that's a lot drier, it does not have that residual slickness, and so you want to relather areas before going back again, for sure, or you could stir up irritation. I mean, if you got skin like me, if you got tough skin, then do whatever you want, right? All right. So, nice, comfy shave. Towel strop the brush after a good rinse. Got to get the soap out of there. I'm still enjoying the Persian jar shape handle here. It doesn't have a lot to kind of pull against your hand right here, like some of the Craving shaving handles that I have especially. But it's good enough, and mainly it keeps my fingers, gets a little distance away from the suds, and so my hand doesn't get it quite as messy. And so I like it. I like it, that shape. It's ergonomically, it is working out. Well, there we go. So that is a face lather with not really overloading, but putting about six passes worth of soap into the brush, getting 3 passes, and having a little bit left over if I wanted to do another one. So not too bad, but I did not get as nice, as smooth of a feeling. The slickness, it just wasn't nearly as slick as it is when I'm able to fully hydrate it. I had a better lather when I used less soap, which makes total sense because using less soap means you have less soap concentrate, and then that means your water to soap ratio is better, which gives you a slicker lather. And so that makes sense. So in this case, it's better for me not to put that much soap on the brush. If I need to go back get more soap, I can later on in the shave, right? All right. Yeah, let's not forget the post-shave products. The Midnight Stag aftershave. This guy does have menthol and some other good ingredients. Nice, comfy short shave today, so it wasn't tuggy at all in that first pass. Nice, comfy shave. And then we are in the second week of August, and so that means that with the Midnight Stag Challenge, we are doing 2 sprays, and I guess technically I could get along with a spray on each arm, counting as 2, but I'm doubling the sprays because I just enjoy Midnight Stag that much, and I've got 2 arms, and I want each one to have some good smell. Steven sponsors the challenge, and so wonderful that he likes the Midnight Stag because I definitely as well. I think we're good, guys. There we go. I pretty much cleaned up everything. I don't have a bowl to clean out, but to be honest, I had my bowl nearby. It was empty, and I used it to wash my brush. It's wonderful for that. To me, I just think it takes a little bit less time, and it feels more complete than just running the brush under the water and kind of working the bristles to try to get all that water out. It just feels like it does a better job of rinsing the brush because the bristles are submerged, for a good period of time and flexed while all that's happening. Excellent. I'm smelling good, feeling good, and that's today's shave. You guys, take care. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves. Hope there's some good information, something nice in this shave, repetitive though it may be this month, that helps you out in your shaving journey. Take care.